I guess so.
Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre. It is March 27th, 2024. 327 224 227 Jack A. Again, I am King Miguel.
Sarah Parah Normal.
Cyn Sharder Hill author.
And this is the Legit Paranormal News. Cyn, would you like to start off with our top story?
Absolutely.
And let me just stop you real quick. Couple things. So I want to tell everybody to like, subscribe. Please, I forget to do that. Check out highharvest.net. Highharvest.net. Fantastic. So we're talking about lyrics that are misconstrued. So here's ones that I didn't know were issues. Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Now, it's Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer, right? Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer.
Yep.
Do you know what it's mistakenly thought to be said?
I do.
All right. I'll
Tony
tell you.
Danza.
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Yeah.
No.
No. All right. That was
It
actually
started on Friends. It
Uh,
started on Friends.
on Friends?
Yep.
Oh, all right. So it's one of them. I don't know why they would think it's it. That sounds like a dog falling downstairs. We built this city by Starship. The correct lyrics are we built this city on rock and roll. The misheard lyric is we built this city on sausage rolls. Now, I would never think that. Uncle Cracker. Oh, Christ. I don't even know why they would put him. Correct answer is give me the Beat Boys and free my soul. And drift away. Misheard lyric is give me the Beach Boys and free my soul. I like that. Blank Space by Taylor Swift. The correct lyrics are got a long list of ex-lovers. Misheard lyrics, all the lonely Starbucks lovers.
Yep.
Yep. It does sound like that.
Never heard of it. That's what they say. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Correct lyric. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. The misheard lyric is saving his life from this warm sausage tea.
No, that's gross.
Listen, I got to just give you guys some advice here. If you ever go into a restaurant or a diner, because I would expect more of a diner would serve this, and they offer you, warm sausage tea, just decline.
Yes.
Just
Warm sausage.
Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Correct lyrics are I like big butts and I cannot lie. The misheard lyrics are I like big butts in a can of limes.
No.
Like big butts in a can of limes. All right. Message in the Bottle by the Police. Correct lyric. A year has passed since I wrote my note. It's a year has passed since I broke my nose.
Oh.
Okay, a couple more. Aquarius, let the sun shine in by Fifth Dimension. Who the fuck is Fifth Dimension? Correct lyric is this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Misheard lyric. This is the dawning of the age of asparagus. Asparagus. Waterfalls by TLC. Correct. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Misheard lyrics. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I don't know why. Smells like Teen Spirit. Correct lyrics. Here we are now. Entertain us. Misheard. Here we are now in containers. Finally, We Will Rock You by Queen. Correct lyric. Kicking your can all over the place. Misheard lyric. Kicking your cat all over the place.
Oh no.
And that's, I don't know. I don't have a single one of these problems with the lyrics. I've never once thought any of those lyrics were wrong. So I don't know anything about that shit. I'm going to pass it over to Cyn. You got a story you want to tell us?
Yeah, I do. There is actually a serial killer in Tennessee that I just found out about. And it's really controversial because when this happened, it was in East Tennessee, and the people in charge, the government officials around the area, told the media, the county, the law enforcement to cover it all up. That way.
I'm just plugging our sponsor.
Cyn froze. Cyn's frozen. Oh, Cyn.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Now, yep.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't. Go ahead.
Okay. So where did I get to? Did you hear any of that?
Nope. Start over.
All right. So it's a serial killer in Tennessee, East Tennessee.
I got that.
And all right. So when it happened back in the early 1900s, because of tourism and people moving into the state from other places, government officials asked media, asked the county, and asked law enforcement to cover everything up. So evidence was destroyed. There was a very little notice in the paper about what had happened. And so now even Wikipedia is, I tried to look for it today. Now I had everything looked up weeks ago. I went today to look up for it, could not find it.
We're talking about P. Diddy, right?
Well, it's the people, because of this cover up way back then, people today think it was a lie. So, it couldn't have happened in their county. This couldn't have happened. Well, what it was is this guy moved into the area in the Appalachian Mountains, and he was with his wife. He had his son and daughter-in-law there and the 3 grandchildren. In 1902, now this guy was a big plantation owner, really rich, the whole family, well-to-do. He had a lot to do with the settlement of the area and the county building it up. So in
Sorry, he's a bigwig.
Yep.
He's of importance in the town.
Yep. Continue. Okay. So in 1887, right before this came out in the paper, in 1887, missing person reports started rolling in. And they were like, we can't really account for that because up here in the mountains, people disappear all the time. All the animals up here, they get attacked, they get lost, elements take over, and they die. So they didn't think a lot about it. And report after report came out, and they just kind of brushed it aside. So in 1902, on July 5th, the man's name is Jeremiah Lexer, Lexer. Lexer, yeah. He took a freshly sharpened axe and killed his wife, son, daughter-in-law, and 3 grandchildren who were 12, 8, and 4 at the time. And what was worse, he scattered the remnants all over the place. So he didn't just leave the bodies. He scattered everything everywhere. Pieces, parts, just, it was horrendous. Then he goes upstairs, places the used axe on the mantle, and jumps out headfirst through the 2nd-story window, killing himself instantly.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute here.
All right.
So you're saying this guy, you're saying to me that this guy took an axe, killed his whole family, then was smart enough to spread out the evidence. He overdid it. Let's say that, I don't like to call people this, but this guy was a real jerk. So let's say he kills all these people, chops them up, spreads out all their bones. Why
Throughout
would
the house.
Yeah.
Throughout the house.
Why then? But why then kill yourself?
That's what
Okay. There's more.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot.
Oh, there's more.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So when police get called to investigate, they're looking around. Of course, they said it was the most horrific crime scene in that area that they'd ever been part of. And it was nauseating to even be in a room looking around. They couldn't understand why anybody, especially somebody that had this high status in the community, would have ever done anything like this. Were there warning signs? Nobody remembered anything and all this kind of stuff. So they started looking around the property. That's when things got interesting. So not only did he kill his family, but as the home was being investigated, they uncovered at almost 30 bodies that had been murdered. These were wanderers from the town and through the town. They had the ones that had gone missing from 87, right? The ones that had gone missing and had been gone missing over that next few years. He had buried them haphazardly around the property. Right?
Oh, so it wasn't very good. He didn't do it good. If it was haphazardly, that means he's just like throwing stuff out of his pockets. Like he's like, who's that guy with the seeds? Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah. So known body count, they don't really know. They know they found 26 bodies that day. However, those 26 bodies, at least one of them linked him to a 27th murder. And farther back in the property, back in a pit in the backwoods of his property on the plantation, they found 31 separate rotted, decomposed victims that had been tossed into a pit. No one knew anything about this guy and what he was dealing with. They found out after the fact that most likely he was schizophrenic and bipolar.
You think?
And went over the edge. Now, in 1987, the Lexer files were released to the public. And TBI was really reluctant to hear about, to let that out, but they did. So, and again, like I said, I just tried to look it up today and couldn't find it.
What is this guy's name?
Jeremiah Lexer, Lexer.
So he was a rich guy that used his influence and killed people dramatically.
Yeah. Not just killed. It said that as far as, now not his family, he just hacked them up.
Oh, yeah.
The other people, he actually did experiments on. He did, any horrible thing you can think of.
Makes
he had
sense.
tried.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it does.
Yeah.
This goes back to what I was saying yesterday about Diddy. The problem with people in power is that they get bored, and some of them think of some evil shit to do. That's the problem with power, right? They get
Right.
bored and they don't know what to do with their time and money and influence. So they're like, let's do something that's horrendous. Continue.
Yeah. So thinking about that guy, I thought, I really wish some of those people would have haunted him if he had lived. And then I
Yeah.
got to digging, and there are a few stories about victims haunting their killers. Do you want to hear a few of those?
Yes.
All right. So there is one called Mark Bridger. He was in Wells. He was drinking in 2012 and came upon, he wanted to drive around and find a young girl. So pedophile. He stumbled upon a 5-year-old April Jones, took her back, and she was never seen again. Now, when he finally got arrested the next day, and he was put into jail and all that good stuff, went through everything.
Killed him.
He told a fellow inmate
Killed him.
that he is tortured by visions of Jones, who appears in his jail cell at night. So she is coming to him every night. Then there's in
He didn't get
Milwaukee-
killed in jail. He didn't get killed in jail.
I don't know.
But let me ask you this. You know how child predators usually get killed in jail?
Yep.
Or allegedly.
Right.
You got to think, because I saw this one guy who did it. He was like, "I'm in prison for life, and I didn't want to be around someone like that." And it was weird, but it made sense to me. Like, my weird way of thinking was like, yeah, I agree with you, man. You don't want to be around a guy like that. I mean, like, you're in life already. Like, what can they do to you? Like, what more can they do to you? So, I mean, I don't condone it.
Right.
I'm not telling any prisoner that's out there to find a cellmate that's a pedophile and kill him. I would never say that. It's a horrendous thing to say. I would never do that. But I'm just
Doing
baffling.
murder.
Cyn?
Okay. Jose Ferrer, he was 17 at the time when he met Carrie Ann Jopex, a Milwaukee girl. She was only 13.
Girl. Like Laverne and Shirley.
She was only 13. They were at a party too. He invited her to go downstairs with him to smoke a joint. And she decided halfway down, no, you know what? I don't feel right about going down here with you. And he pushed her down the stairs, which killed her, but he didn't know that. He just thought it knocked her out. So he proceeded to have his way with her. And then he found out her neck was broken.
Oh my God.
After the fact. So he snuck her body out, buried it under a neighbor's porch. Body wasn't discovered for 17 months. Police had no leads. It remained unsolved, but this guy, Ferreira, finally confessed. He just went in after 3 decades and confessed because he said that Jopek's spirit had haunted him since she died.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Conscience. Either way, that would.
Hey, I ask a question real quick to Cyn.
Yeah.
Do we think did anyone ever consider that maybe it is like these people are haunting themselves? Like it's their conscience haunting them?
Oh, yeah.
Could very well be.
But-
And they're just seeing it as something else.
Yeah,
But
what, Mike?
But I ask this: what is really the difference?
There isn't a difference. I'm just saying the difference would be that spirit isn't coming back to visit their
All right, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is,
perpetrator.
we're
But
at a
isn't
point.
it great karma if it is?
Yes.
I don't think I would want to, though. Like, I don't think I would want that to be my karmic duty to like go back and haunt that person. I think I would just want to go down to a peaceful place and forget that I was terribly murdered and sexually assaulted.
Can I ask you guys a question?
I would want to get back somebody. Sorry, Mike.
You've heard how I speak about how on
Children.
recordings we can have voices
Oh, yeah.
because we have a subconscious voice in us
Right.
that will
Right.
speak the truth. It just blurts out truths.
Right.
And I always wonder, like, in other words, if you do something like that, right, your subconscious mind must for you your whole life, and it should, but it must be brutal. Like, yeah, I'll go with she came back to visit him, and I'll go with it was all in his conscious mind. But either way, Cyn, that girl tortured him his whole life. So at least she gets that. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
for him,
Yeah.
I'm glad that like he was tortured. But like, yeah, either way, he was tortured, and that could just be his subconscious self reminding himself all the time of what he did.
Yeah.
I would hope.
Yeah.
One
And
could
then-
only hope.
Yeah. You want to hear one more?
Sure.
Al Capone.
Oh, I like him.
Al Capone. After the Valentine Massacre, right?
Yep.
One of the North Side gang, the 7 associates of the North Side gang was James Clark.
Mhm.
All right. He was one of the ones that got they open fired. Okay. So
Okay.
the massacre, right? Al Capone was arrested months after the murder. Prison guards would later report that he would let out blood-curdling screams, shouting for Jimmy to leave him alone. The ghost followed him when he left prison. Capone hired a medium to get rid of the ghost, but she was unsuccessful. Later in his life, his bodyguards would hear Capone begging someone to leave him alone. When they were inside, Capone was by himself. Right?
Yep.
He told his guards that he was being haunted by the ghost of James Clark.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Capone did. Yes, this is true. This is 100% true. Before we move over to
Hi, Austin. Sorry,
Sarah, I want to ask you guys a question. You've heard about the Jackson, Mississippi mass burial behind the prison that they found? Correct. It's been in the news.
No, I almost did that story, but I found something else, so I didn't read it.
It's I forget what they named the field. It has like that. It's a classic name for you would bury bodies with no names. I forget what type of field it's called.
Poppers? Is it a poppers?
Popper field.
Yeah.
Popper field. So they're like at 100 bodies, and these aren't like in other words, they're supposed to be homeless people that have no identification, or someone that dies and no one claims it, and there's nothing they can do with it. They usually just bury the body. They don't embalm it. They just throw it in that they were throwing it behind the jail. Now, a lot of the bodies that have come up are connected with missing people. People have put in complaints, wondering where these people have been for years. It's like they were like police doings that went wrong, and you ended up buried because one of the bodies they dug up had his wallet on him.
Oh,
With his ID in it.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't bury him with
no.
If you're gonna be a criminal, be a smart criminal at least. You don't bury the guy with his wallet. You don't leave ID on a body. What do you? Who? You know what? You know what happens when you do that?
Okay.
Do
Did
that
I freeze, or did both of you freeze?
When you think you're untouchable, when people get in power, where they think, "Oh, I got this. No one could ever get me for the." I've been burying bodies for years, guy. I'm like 60 deep. Leave his wallet in them. Yeah, and then this happens. But look, that is scary in the sense of if you think that's the only one of those things, it's terrifying with what they must do in other states, right? We just don't know about it, which is weird about the United States. We don't know what one state is doing to the next. Sarah, what do you have for the news?
So I'm going to start with how to test if we are living in a computer simulation.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Physicists have long struggled to explain why the universe started out with conditions suitable for life to evolve. Why do the physical laws and constants take the very specific values that allow stars, planets, and ultimately life to develop? The expansive force of the universe, dark energy, for example, is much weaker than theory suggests it should be. allowing matter to clump together rather than being ripped apart. A common answer is that we live in an infinite multiverse of universes, so we shouldn't be surprised that at least one universe has turned out to be ours. But another is that our universe is a computer simulation with someone, perhaps an advanced alien species, fine-tuning the conditions. The latter option is supported by a branch of science called information physics, which suggests that space-time and matter are not fundamental phenomena.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, thank you. Instead, the physical reality is fundamentally made up of bits of information from which our experience of space-time emerges. By comparison, temperature emerges from the collective movement of atoms. No single atom fundamentally has temperature. This leads to the extraordinary possibility that our entire universe may in fact be a computer simulation. The idea is not that new. In 1989, the legendary physicist John Archibald Wheeler suggested that the universe is fundamentally mathematical, and it can be seen as emerging from information. He coined the famous aphorism, "It from bit." I've never heard "it from bit."
Nope.
Have you guys heard "it from bit"?
Have not.
No, this guy sounds like a dummy anyways, but no, I never heard it.
In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom from Oxford University in the UK formulated his simulation hypothesis. This argues that it is actually highly probable that we live in a simulation. That's because an advanced civilization should reach a point where their technology is so sophisticated that simulations would be indistinguishable from reality, and that participants would not be aware that they are in a simulation. Physicist Seth Lloyd from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the US took the simulation hypothesis to the next level by suggesting that the entire universe could be a giant quantum computer. And in 2016, business magnate Elon Musk concluded we're most likely a simulation. Empirical evidence. There is some evidence suggesting that our physical reality could be a simulated virtual reality rather than an objective world that exists independently of the observer. Yep.
Sarah?
Yep.
A couple things. These guys are trying to make it sound like we have the universe figured out. The thing is, the greatest thing about the universe, we have nothing figured out. We don't know anything. They lie to us about what they do know because there's equations that we can't solve. There's numbers that exist that we don't know yet. That's literally how messed up things are. So for that to be part of a computer simulation, it makes no sense. Because, like, first off, the idea of a computer, I don't like that term. It makes me think of like looking at a screen. And then you think of simulation. I would say, hold on a second. The toughest part is breaking down. Is the world just through my camera, like what I see? Like, is that life? No, that's my life. Like, so it's hard to separate from that, right? But if I can, and I realize, I'm more of a group of people, and then I step back from that, I keep stepping back from that, I eventually get to a place that I don't know anything about, where there's black holes that pop up out of nowhere, where stars explode, and then planets and things start to orbit each other because of something like gravity. And then the blackness is matter moving. They said it's got like a, what is it, like a spongy feel? Like they were trying to say going through space isn't like it looks like you're going through air, but it's not. It's got more of a, the astronauts.
Well, yeah, it's a different atmosphere. I think they're seeing the opposite of like, I think what they're saying is that we can't figure out what it's made of, and therefore it could be a simulation, which is a cop out.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. But I guess that's what I'm going at. When you say something like that, It's definitely not this. So it could be. Once I hear that, it's like, oh no, because anything can come out of people's mouth. It could be like, a bad Grand Theft Auto game. Like, it's like, what?
But they're not. I don't think they're suggesting it's a computer that. I think it's a much more advanced computer than we currently.
We are in an equation. That's the best way for me to ever put it. Numbers quantify everything. Just zeros and ones can make up everything. So we are in some sort of equation that if it cannot be figured out mathematically speaking.
No, because the designer of such equation was infinitely knowing. Whoever you think that is. Would you like to hear some more explanation though?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Any virtual reality world would be based on information processing. This means that everything is ultimately digitized or pixelated down to a minimum size that cannot be subdivided further. Bits. I didn't understand that whole sentence.
Bits.
This appears to bits. It for bit. This appears to mimic our reality according to the theory of quantum mechanics, which rules the world of atoms and particles. It states that there is a smallest discrete unit of energy, length, and time. Similarly, elementary particles, which make up all the visible matter in the universe, are the smallest units of matter. To put it simply, our world is pixelated. They're suggesting the atoms are like pixelation. Is that what that meant? I think.
I get what they're saying because of the difference going over each other, and one is one is not the other. But yeah. See, I just look. Sometimes when people have opinions, they lean everything they say towards their opinion. So that's kind of what that's starting to sound like to me. Like it's just like, have we decided it's a computer simulation? Now let's make sure everything we say ties into proving that point. But I could be a curmudgeon. I don't know.
Well, you definitely are, but that doesn't mean that you're wrong. The laws of physics that govern everything in the universe also resemble computer code lines that a simulation would follow in the execution of a program. Moreover, mathematical equations, numbers, and geometric patterns are present everywhere. The world appears to be entirely mathematical. There you go. Another curiosity in physics supporting the simulation hypothesis is the maximum speed limit in our universe, which is the speed of light. In a virtual reality, this limit would correspond to the speed limit of the processor or the processing power limit. We know that an overloaded processor slows down a computer processing and simulation. Similarly, Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity.
Can I get a timeout?
Yeah.
I want to call timeout. First off, I don't even understand flying in a plane.
Right.
I don't even understand.
I do.
Listen, I don't get it because here's my thing. All right.
Don't you explain it?
Wait. The plane's going how fast? An hour? How many miles per hour is it going?
Like 400 and some miles per hour.
Yeah. But I'm not. Right?
No.
You are if you're in the plane.
You are, but you don't feel like you are.
But in other words, it's 2 hours or whatever, 3 hours, but I'm flying through time. I'm racing time. I'm getting ahead of time as much as I possibly can. That's what that is, right? So I don't even understand that when you're in a plane. Or how about when you land on the West Coast and the time is different? How is that not time travel? But how is that not ridiculous? That's an example of how it doesn't work. There's a glitch in the system to begin with.
Well, speeding up changes
9 o'clock
time,
where
right?
you are and it's 12 o'clock where I am. How does that even make sense? Where are you that it's a different time? Like, think about that for a second.
Well,
time.
that's made up, right?
But why? Time just goes, right? But for some reason, we're like, all right, if you live here, it was for TV, right? It was
something like that.
But think about that. Because of TV, because of communication, because they want
and like farming.
They're like, no, it's 9 o'clock there. And you're like,
or is that daylight savings time, which was farming?
Daylight savings time, which
sucks.
It sucks either way. Fall ahead, spring ahead, fall behind, kiss my ass is what the t-shirt should say. spring ahead, fall behind, kiss my ass. No, I don't even understand time. I don't even get that. Like, how can you move time? Like,
how about crossing the international date line? That'll freak you right out.
And this says that time slows in a black hole, which I didn't even know. In the vicinity of a black hole.
The fact that we think we can just dictate time, like I have a hard time with measurements. Like, I don't understand seconds. Like, when did we agree? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you go by the sun. All right, that's how you gave me all the months.
Well, sundials. That's how time started.
I know, but let me be stupid. You gave me all the months. You gave me all the days. You gave me all the hours. You told me how things work. I don't know why it goes to 12 and then the new hour starts. You said that. I didn't make that up. You went by the sun and what it did for the crops, and you looked at stones and you watched the shadow move throughout the year. And apparently every day you wrote down where the shadow was for years. So you could figure out seasons and times. Mm-hmm. But how the fuck did they know that it's a second? Where did they come? Who?
I don't know where that was. A whole different research thing.
No. Someone's gonna explain that to me right now. Second.
No one. I haven't even done. Why? I can't even finish my story.
Yeah, but I'm making a very serious, newsworthy statement. Cyn, explain seconds to me.
There's 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000.
All right. And then why does it hit when it hits 60? It's officially a minute. Were those shadows from the sun that perfect? Where somebody was sitting
I have an answer. I have an answer.
It moved.
I know.
Good. What?
They had to figure out seconds, so you knew how long to put your potato in the microwave for.
Well, that's true. I don't think that's why they came up with it. That's one of the offshoots of it. That's one of the benefits of it.
I like it.
But think about all the convenience it provides. Okay, we get that it's man-made, but it does provide a certain amount of convenience. Like, we are basically run by it. Like, I get it's man-made.
What, microwaves? Screw them. I don't know.
No, not just microwaves.
I mean, popcorn in a microwave. Ever make popcorn in a microwave? And
the smell of burnt popcorn is the worst thing in the...
But you don't know when it's done.
You have to stand there and listen to the pops.
Exactly my point. They make
when they slow down.
Yeah, I have to listen. This is in the bag.
Time's never right.
Look. Imagine on the bag, it says to people, when you hear it start to pop a lot and then start to fade, that's when you should take it out. Right?
Pop a lot.
Now, think of the people.
That's what they should have called popcorn. Pop-a-lots.
Think of the people that eat microwave popcorn. I'm amongst them. We're not very forward thinkers, right? We don't pay attention very much when we're eating popcorn out of the microwave.
I do.
You expect us to listen to it and know what a big popcorn display, like the big final fireworks show is.
Can I get to the experiment part?
I'm mad about popcorn, and you're talking about something that's
I want to get to the experiment part of this article. All
right then. All right. Makes sense.
Because I told the people that I was going to, how do we know? Okay.
No, it was popcorn.
Okay, so I left off with the theory of relativity and time slowing in the vicinity of a black hole.
So.
Yeah, you guess so, Pally.
Pally, get out of here. You did it again. Sorry.
It's not your time, Pally. You've been drinking too much of that beer.
Get out of here, will you? Go ahead.
It's vodka.
Possible experiments. Assuming that the universe is indeed a simulation, then what sort of experiments could we deploy from within this simulation to prove this? It is reasonable to assume that a simulated universe would contain a lot of information bits everywhere around us.
I don't like that word reasonable. I hate when someone says that to me. It's reasonable to assume.
You're going to argue with every word that I say. You didn't do this to Cyn.
Yeah,
you let Cyn talk.
I didn't.
Ever.
Listen, don't make me put the yellow glasses back on. They make everything look funny.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but
okay.
I will make you do that.
Yep. It is reasonable to assume.
It's those two words together. I don't trust either one of those words. Reasonable. What's reasonable? And then assume. Assume. To reasonably assume means to it's okay to logically guess. What's the difference if I said that? I'm going to logically guess on this one.
Detecting these information bits will prove the simulation hypothesis. The recent proposed, Oh my God.
A
Mass
hypothesis is something that's not proven. It's just a theory. It's not a theory. A theory actually has what proof. A theory has it's something that actually has proof.
No, you start the scientific method with a hypothesis. It's the beginning.
There's no proof to it.
A theory is after.
Exactly. So a hypothesis has no proof to it.
Good Lord, I'm never going to get through the ends of this.
God, you got it. Reasonably assuming a hypothesis.
Mass energy information, M/E/I equivalence principle, suggesting mass can be expressed as energy or information or vice versa, states that information bits must have a small mass. This gives us something to search for.
Yo, that's what she said.
If I have to search for your small bit, never mind.
I hope you're not searching for his small bits.
Not his.
That's
what you just said.
That's what no one said.
In general.
That's what no one said.
No, don't put that out there, Cyn.
You just said it. You
That's
just
what
did
no one
it.
said.
Wasn't talking to him. I meant to the view. I was talking to the viewers.
It's his sweet little wife listening.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
She doesn't.
Sometimes she does.
My bits haven't been seen in years.
Chris,
I actually had them retired.
it's not the size of the bit, it's how much energy it contains.
Yeah, I'm with that. And mine does not contain any energy. Matter of fact,
oh my God, nobody asked.
My bit moved down to out to Utah. It became a Mormon. I haven't talked to it in a while.
I can't believe you did that to me, Cyn.
Freudian flip.
Me.
So
no,
that would be me.
Freudian has nothing to do with this.
What are you saying about bits?
I have postulated that information is in fact a fifth form of matter in the universe.
Postulated. Holy Christopher.
Postulated.
Yeah, that's a great word. That means I guessed.
I've even calculated the expected information content per elementary particle. Elementary, my dear particle. These studies led to the publication in the Lord.
I like it, Chris.
This is going on forever. I don't even understand it anymore. These studies led to the publication in 2022 of an experimental protocol to test these predictions. The experiment involves erasing the information contained inside elementary particles by letting them and their antiparticles annihilate in a flash of energy emitting photons or light particles.
I feel like I'm listening to goddamn Dr. Seuss right now.
I don't understand it anymore.
I don't know if you're rhyming.
My apologies. I could just be making this all up.
Yeah, this
is not telling us how to test this. I don't have things that can slam particles together in my garage.
All right, but there is in the news, there's this place, I want to say it's in France or Sweden, where they're slamming particles together, and they're
I think isn't that a myth though? I heard that's not true.
No. I've seen pictures of the thing of the experiment that they're running. It's what they're realizing.
Yeah, but like there's been people saying, why is there no nothing emitting? There's no nothing emitting from it.
No explosions, because it was
like the hydrogen flight. There's no.
Why would there be an emission? What?
It would create massive what can contain that amount of force within a building?
So it's in this gigantic metal tube, right? The issue is that what they're finding is that there's something they're missing. There's dark matter and whatnot, but it's reacting funny. It acts in ways where, it's in France, Switzerland. Thanks, Chris. They're finding that they're missing something. Like there's something they think that's also there that's causing these reactions. That is the reason why this happens. You know what I mean? Like when something hits something and makes it completely different, you gotta wonder where the difference. Where did the difference come from? Because you know what I mean? Like what made it different? Like all of a sudden it just adapted this difference. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. It's like
no.
Here's one thing. Here's another. Right. Mm-hmm. This and the bill. like this is the right hand, this is the left hand. Right hand bumps the left hand. Suddenly, there's like a left hand, right hand type thing that's a little bit of both somewhat, but there's actually something in it that made it different. There's now a gene in it which made it be like a left right hand, its own thing.
Okay.
So what is that third part? That's my simplest way of explaining to you guys.
So
what they're figuring out, that there's something that's there that they can't explain. That
Mike,
go ahead.
Don't you think, and Cyn too, let me pose this question. We talked about this with Mark Fiorentino on Legit Paranormal. Mike, you weren't there, but we were talking about Einstein and having watched Oppenheimer, which was about the creation of the atom bomb. And I made a Jurassic Park reference, which just is like, they were so busy trying to figure out if they could. They never thought if they should. Like, at what point does humanity... Like, are we going to destroy ourselves?
Oh, yeah. No.
Trying to figure this stuff out.
There's no other end game other than that.
Right.
Because let me ask you this. How much more comfortable do you want to make it? Like, what are we evolving to?
I don't know.
Where is, like, what are we striving to be? Because I didn't get the letter, the memo, the fax, the email, nothing. No one's ever told me what we're all striving to be. It seems like we're just all striving to consume and be comfortable, right?
Well, we're destroying the planet, so we're trying to figure out how to get off of it and colonize other planets before we destroy this one.
But that's what we do. People destroy stuff. Humans destroy things, and that's how that goes. And he's right. All civilizations are somewhat destroyed.
So, don't you think advanced civilizations are maybe visiting us to try and figure out how to, like, just keep us here? We're like the monkeys they don't want to let out of the cage. Like, just keep them there.
I think it's more like we're cattle. It's that whole they don't really care about us. Like, they might tip us, use us for leather. They might like us, we're the great one, but I don't think aliens care about us other races. On top of that,
unless we're the experiment.
The human species has no place to go, right? If you think about it, other than destruction, because of the gene war, whatever you want to call that. The reason we think it's like allegedly, like that bomb in Gaza, allegedly that went off allegedly for one person. Allegedly, they were trying to find, and the guy from another country is interviewing the representative of one of the people that they launched the bomb. And he's, it was Wolf Blitzer. Never mind, it was Wolf Blitzer. And he's talking to him, and he's like, were there casualties in such a gigantic bomb in the middle of a city? Like a blank and blank and blank? And he's like, oh, no, I assure you we were targeting a certain whatever. And
it's a bomb, though.
Wolf's like, so you're okay with the casualties? And it was just kind of like, yeah, basically. And it was just like a really odd moment in news where Wolf Blitzer didn't know like what to say to that. He was like, and out of the commercial. I was like, what do you say to that? Like, when someone says that to you, like, look.
My favorite thing, I have to say this real quick, that Walter ever said to me when he was really, really little, like, he learned to talk really little, like, and I don't know, I was talking about something and he has such an important question. I'm like, Walter, what? Mommy, what's a Wolf Blitzer? It was the funniest thing. And that was my favorite Walter quote. Yeah. So every time you hear Wolf Blitzer, I think, Mommy, what's a Wolf Blitzer?
Well, you should be changing the channel then, because I don't really like to listen to Wolf speak. But
you don't? I had a crush on Rachel Maddow for the longest time. True story.
Rachel Maddow?
Yeah.
Rachel Maddow should be on The View. She should be on The View.
I just had a crush on her. I don't know why.
She should be with her, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and that new girl, Sunny Liston. No, Sunny Houston.
Whatever.
That girl, Sunny Houston, is the dumbest. One of the dumbest I've ever heard in my life speak, right? And then Whoopi Goldberg, again, went from funny and edgy to this, like, Yoda type position amongst the Jedis that, like, just spouts dumb knowledge from time to time.
I'm sorry, are you saying Yoda's dumb?
No. I'm saying Whoopi Goldberg's version of him is dumb.
Okay,
Joy
'cause
Behar
Buddha's
is
Buddha.
Joy Behar is the one though, the
Oh God, she's annoying.
cream of the crop. She was a
They
bad
all-
comedian in the 80s. That's what she was, a bad comedian, right? And now, for some reason, she thinks she knows.
We're
She
doing a
thinks she
repeat of last
knows
night's show
so
right
I
now.
don't give a shit. She knows. Joy Behar can kiss my ass. She thinks she knows so much. She says stuff to people
Behar
like,
could kiss
she's
my
talking
ass.
to like Tulsi Gabbard, and she's telling Tulsi Gabbard like, yeah, but you did this to Hillary. I wish Tulsi Gabbard just stopped. It wasn't being like TV and professional. It was like, bitch,
I just had an idea for a charity.
bitch, shut the up. You're a bad comedian that sounds like my aunt telling jokes at bingo. Shut the up, right? Whoopi, don't want to hear from you. And this new woman, Sunny, when she speaks, man, I hate people that are so sure of themselves when they talk. Like, that's why, like, Trump aggravates me. I mean, look, they
No,
both.
let's not talk about this
No,
stuff.
I'm
too
saying
much
what I gotta
because,
say.
Like, I
It's
don't want
the
to get
news.
pulled
Hey,
down.
Hey, who's
Can you
pulling
say
down?
schmump or something? Can you say schmump?
What
So
did
I
I
don't have to fight because I'm the one that fights with YouTube. Listen, I got an idea for a charity.
Can you stop for a
A
second?
new charity.
Can you
What?
stop for a second? Please stop for a second.
Okay.
What was I saying before I was talking about people that talk like, this woman,
Schmump annoys you.
the way she speaks. Cyn, have you ever seen the way she talks and says
Oh
stuff?
my gosh.
Like as if
I'm not
like,
sure which one that one is.
Joy Behar. She's short, red hair.
No. I thought you were
What's
talking
that?
about the new one.
yes.
Oh, I don't know who that one is either.
Well, she's not Whoopi,
What's her name? What's her name?
and she's not
What's her
Joy.
name?
Joy is, I believe, Caucasian, and Sunny is not. But Sunny speaks like God himself came down and told her information, and then
Picture of Rachel Maddow came up.
and she gives people the beauty of spreading it. Like she goes like, if it goes like this, Cyn, she'll go, and then she'll say something so fucking stupid as if like God himself came down and said, "Sonny, say this," and then she just says it. Yeah, well, that's my opinion on the View. Sarah, did you have anything else you wanted to say about that story?
No, I want to say that I think we should start a new charity. Joy Behar gets a clue. Clues for Joy Behar. How about that?
Yeah.
No,
It's never going to happen.
it's never going to happen.
You know what?
I have a quick paranormal note. Every time we do the news, I get an intense itch inside my left ear, and it only happens during the news, and it is very annoying.
All right.
But I would consider it paranormal because it happens every single week and only during this show.
Cyn, let me
Someone
give
is
you a list.
talking about you.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
Who's talking? Well, it's you, Sid, talking crap about me today.
I wasn't.
Yes.
Okay. The list of 24 bands that were successful with stupid ass names. Panic at the Disco. Now, Panic with the exclamation point and then at the disco. Yeah. I don't like it just should be one, whatever. The Butthole Surfers. See, I always like that.
I remember the Butthole Surfers.
Oh yeah, they were big in the grunge days, the Butthole Surfers. They sang
I had that album.
I forgot the song. One song.
Was it Black Hole Sun?
No, that's Soundgarden.
No. They sang a song. Butthole Surfers sang a song about somebody that died, or it was with. Anyways, Elvis Hitler. Elvis Hitler. Yeah, I wouldn't use that. Wouldn't go with that, but they did. Let's get out of this terrible sandwich shop.
You have a new album.
Yeah, you know what though? Those guys, they seem like that jammy type of band that thinks it's cute to have a name that long. Let's get out of this terrible sandwich shop. And then you interview them and they say something cute like, well, we were thinking about names for the band. Bill said to me, let's get out of this terrible sandwich shop. And I'm like, oh my God, wouldn't that be great if that was the name of the band?
The Butthole Surfers song was Pepper.
Bare Naked Ladies. I
like the Bare Naked Ladies.
Natalie Portman's Shaved Head.
It's not the name of a band.
Yes, it is.
No.
They're now known as the Bright Futures. They disbanded in 2012.
Who thought of a name?
The Revolting Cocks. The Lubricated Goat. Sarah, if you talk over me, I swear You're going to be put on a timeout again. Lubricated goat. Half man, half biscuit. Fart barf. Well, you know what? And I appreciate FARTBARF.
Mhm.
I appreciate the spelling. But as a little kid, I never spelled fart FART.
Hey, you can't put me in a timeout. I'm a grown ass woman.
I know. I always spelled it F.
I just
Someone still loves you, Boris Yeltsin. Oingo Boingo.
I remember that.
Yeah, they sang
Dead Man's Party.
It's the dead man's party.
Yeah, good one.
And they also sang Weird Science.
Yep.
Bits and pieces. Hey, bits and pieces. Drew Barrymore's dealer. The string cheese incident.
there's a story behind that.
Limp Biscuit.
Yep.
Oh,
Man, that guy Fred Durst is hideous.
Squirrel Nut Zippers. Or Zippers.
That was
Squirrel Nut
Scott.
Zippers.
Yeah, I remember them.
Poe White Trash. Poe White
Poe.
Trash in the Trailer Park Symphony. Cap'n Crunch and the Serial Killers.
I like that.
That was the name of our volleyball team, the Serial Killers, spelled with a C. Larry was Sugar Bear Manson. I was Applejack the Ripper. We had a bunch. Gay for Johnny Depp. Amish Meth Lab.
That's a good name.
Sex Pistols. Diarrhea Planet.
No.
I love you, but I've chosen darkness. And Jehovah's Waitresses.
Oh, I kind of like those last few.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
The Dead Milkmen. Then there was like, I don't know what the Led Zeppelin. Remember there was like a Led Zeppelin Elvis Presley mix. Like it was like Elvis singing with a band that was playing like a Zeppelin song. What the hell is Dred Zeppelin?
I don't know.
Yeah, Dred Zeppelin has an Elvis singer in the band, and it's like I'm gonna look it up. Dred, I think it's called. Chris, you would know this if you know the Dead Milkmen. It's called Dred Zeppelin. Am I correct? Like Led Zeppelin type cover band with the Elvis impersonator as a singer. I think that's what it's called. Maybe Chris will get back to me. Yeah, those are my list of bands. Now, so we've talked about popcorn and microwaves. We've talked about dropping down roller coasters. I don't know if that was last show or this one. We spoke about dark matter. Cyn, you told a story about some serial killers. One killed everybody and then just decided one day to kill himself. Well, I can't say that. Hurt himself. Whatever. And then you told the one about the guy who hurt the younger person, and the younger person, either way,
Haunted.
he believed haunted him his whole life.
Yep.
And that's where justice comes in.
Yep.
That's the word that everybody's afraid of nowadays is justice. But that's part of what oh, there it is. Dred Zeppelin is correct. Do-do-do.
But Cyn, I wore this outfit just for you. It has zombies on it. It looks like my necklace looks like my throat slit.
I love it.
I wore this for you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Cyn, my t-shirt says, blink if you think I'm awesome.
Blank.
Blink. Just blink.
Oh my God. I'm going to try not to blink for the rest of the show. Oh,
Here, Mike.
He just did.
Yeah, blink if you think I'm awesome. See, it's supposed to be
Do I
funny.
have to stop? Do I have to
because
stop there?
no, yeah, people have to. They
I'm trying not to blink. Oh,
yeah, it's hard to do. Chris loves the necklace, so there's your.
Thank you,
Chris. If you go over to our website, legitpodcast.com,
it's not for sale there.
I know that. Oh, we have lots of other things for sale up on the site. There's some tumblers. There's books by Cyn Sharder Hill author. I think there's a 30-minute massage by Long Rick.
You know what? I bet you I actually could figure out how to sell these necklaces on our website.
Or 60 minutes with Block Island Rick.
The earrings are bloody too.
Is he gonna wear his bunny outfit?
I know.
Oh boy, that would be.
That would be the
what?
best.
Let me tell you something. If me and Rick ever rolled up into a bar, right? Both his bunnies like that. First off, why does he have such a flamboyant look? Why is his bunny so
Great.
if you look
That
at
is-
mine, I look like I don't want to be a bunny.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there. But
It
look
was
at
the
Rick.
pictures
Rick
of
is-
you guys I used.
but look at Rick. He is the bunny. Like he's like
He
I
is.
am. He's the prince of bunnies. Like I'm El DeBarge because I don't want to even be in that bunny suit. But Rick not only he's owning it.
Mike
He's like, check this out. Like, see, here's me. I'm like, all right, I'm a bunny. I get it. Joke. Here's Rick.
You're like,
Sorry.
what was the
Bam.
Santa Claus?
I should be on a runway. Look at my carrot. Like, look.
Listen,
Yeah.
AI needs to work on that carrot because it looks like one of those things that you like hold corn with. Look at it. Look at the carrot.
Yep, it does.
Look, dude. Rick
Look at
don't
Mike's
give
carrot.
a shit in that photo. I don't want to be there. I'm hiding in the eggs. Rick is like, I am a rabbit, and I am
I
going to
am-
tell the world that I
here.
am. Look at my cotton tail. Guys, got anything else you want to say before we wrap up? Cyn.
This has been fun.
It was a good
Thanks
night.
for inviting me again.
You're
This is the news. We didn't invite
a
you.
host.
I feel like I'm invited.
You're a host.
I
girl.
want to be invited.
You're a host, and you are, and we want you on. If you can be on Roulette every week, that would be great because you've helped me balance out the other crazies that show up on that show.
Most weeks
Like-
I can't be on it every time.
Well,
That's
what do you got to wrap up though, Cyn?
You guys, there are 5 books right now on Amazon. Please go check them out. Please buy them. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, they're actually free.
I know. I saw that. I just signed up for it. It's like,
Yeah, you can read all of them and they're free. It's
Yep.
a good deal. It's a really good deal.
What kind of
And-
cut do you get from Kindle Unlimited though?
It's for every page that is turned, there's a certain percentage that comes back. It's not as
so
much
we
as
could download your books and just sit there and turn the pages like crazy all day, and
Well,
you would
I-
make money.
I don't know if how exactly it's done, but yes,
Oh, that'd be cool.
we'll say yes.
The link to Cyn's store and her books are also on our website under the Legit store. You can't actually buy her books on our website, but you can read the descriptions and it'll take you right to the books on Amazon as well as her author profile. Please check out the website. Starting
Chris
the
just
second
put it
week.
up.
What?
Chris just put it up.
Oh, I didn't see. I'm looking at
Chris.
bunnies over here.
Chris is on the ball tonight.
Oh, there you go, Chris. Thank you.
On the
starting-
ball.
Yes.
See, Mike won't even let me wrap up now.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In a few
Wrap up.
weeks, after oh god, I gotta look at a calendar. What's the week after 4/9? The week after April 9th. Thank you. The Legit Witches Inn is actually moving to Monday at 9:05 p.m. and I will be joining. I will be Sarah G. Witch MD's co-host for that show going forward. She's going to guide me on my journey as a baby witch, and we would like to take all of you viewers with us. So I'm looking forward to that very much.
But
Nice.
But Sarah, what will happen that no one's on Tuesday nights anymore?
The King's Court will be moving to Tuesday nights. King Miguel's
Oh.
new show where he can he can say all these things that he interrupts us with. I feel like there should be less interrupting now, moving forward.
No, I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
It was very good. You nailed it. You did nail
I
that
did.
show.
I don't
It
know
was a
how
really
it
good
went.
show.
I know it felt good when I was done doing it.
Yeah.
Sarah, you have anything else you want to wrap up?
Yeah, in a few weeks as well, they're going to be changing the way that Meta's going to be changing the way that we're allowed to stream. We'll still be on Facebook Live, but I want to start encouraging people to go over and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Legit Podcasts
Oh,
And
just go to the
also-
website.
and
Yeah,
go
just
to the website. Yeah.
Because at the
Mhm.
website we'll have a link for all the shows, and we actually have the back catalog set up for the shows,
Yep.
and we have the store which has the tumblers.
And coming soon, a separate page for all of our hosts with all of their I'm working as fast as I can. I'm working faster than the Easter Bunny.
That's fast.
It is fast.
He's got to be fast because he's a
That's
big
what
ass
she
rabbit.
That was bad.
What do I have coming up? I've been working on I guess it's a book. I guess it could be considered a book. Book. Couple hundred pages in on it. I don't know when I'll release that. And I'm not going to actually tell anybody what it's about till I release it. Music. Working on music. Have some more beats that are coming out. Might actually finally drop a verse on one of the songs. I haven't dropped the verse in a long time, but I know I can still do it. And just the other day, I wrote for the first time. Have you guys ever sat down and wrote lyrics or wrote poetry? You ever just sit down and just try to? Did you try to rhyme it? Like ever try to like?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I write poetry. Mm-hmm.
But like when you're writing something that you want to rhyme, you not only you want to make sure it rhymes, but it's your delivery of how you want to say it and how it wants to go. So you stutter on certain syllables of words where you wouldn't normally. It helps the building of it. And I realized just sitting there writing out. Whatever you start off thinking you're going to write about, you end up just writing about what you're trying to get out of yourself. Right? Like it's just I was writing and I'm like, why am I going that direction? And it's like, well, that's because of what I'm feeling. So then you just write 2 pages of it. So that will be done. I like
Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. Is your music going to be on the website as well?
Oh, of course.
Okay. I think some of it is now, right?
There should be all the SoundCloud stuff. I got about close to 300 beats, and then there's all the State of Corruption stuff, which is about 4 albums worth of stuff. I mean that band we were a professional touring band, I guess.
It's good stuff. People should go listen to it if they haven't already.
If you like that late 90s, early 2000 music, if you liked Rage Against the Machine, but you didn't necessarily like Limp Bizkit, if you like the Beastie Boys, but you didn't necessarily like Limp Bizkit.
Yes, exactly.
If you like the Judgment Night soundtrack, which is one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, you guys should go and listen to it. Cypress Hill with Pearl Jam, all these different like rappers with rock groups. Run DMC did it with you ever heard the Faith No More with Booyah Tribe?
I love
Look
Faith
up.
No More.
It's called Another Body Murdered. That's the name of the song by Booyah Tribe and Faith No More. First of all, Faith No More is one of my favorite bands of all time. One of the greatest vocalists ever.
I love
one of the greatest ranges. Mike Patton, probably the best. So if you like Mike Patton, Faith No More, that kind of stuff, but you don't like Limp Bizkit, yeah, you would. Yeah, I mean, because the funny thing is, when Stained got signed, I remember the show that they went to, and then I remember standing in Great Woods, which is in New England, and we're just standing in the field, and we happened to be sharing something, and I said it before, I'll say it again. When Aaron said we got the same lawyer as Ice Cube, that's the first time I looked at him and I was like, "You guys are gonna be famous." Because no, it was like I knew he was a great singer. I knew Sting was gonna be a great band, but it's like, Anthrax, yeah, I love him. But yeah, no, yeah. Once you got Ice Cube's lawyer, it's just tough. Ice Cube doesn't fuck around. If he's you're his lawyer, you don't fuck around. No, for Cyn Sharder Hill, author. For Sarah Parah
Normal.
It's me, Mike Leopard King Miguel. This is Legit Paranormal News brought to you by legitpodcast.com. Thank you for watching. Is there anything I didn't say, Pally?
Yes, so.
That was very indecisive, Pally. You didn't answer my question. You just kind of like that.
Clips tomorrow.
Tomorrow night we have clips, paranormal clips, legit paranormal.
And 101.
805. I know. No, you don't have to say it before I say it. It's all on recording. They'll hear me say it when I get to it. Legit Paranormal Clips at 8:05 and Legit Paranormal 1001 at 9:05. Thank you for watching. What was the last comment? Yay!